I mean, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Matter of fact, it's 5 o'clock here. It's 5:17 here.
You should be there already.
I mean, gee whiz.
We should be there already,
I
Beth.
feel like I have FOMO happening right now, most certainly. Matt, help us get from here to there.
Yeah, Carmen, I feel the same way about almond milk. Just divine.
Oh my
My gosh.
Oh, so good, especially if you get the vanilla kind. All right, let's talk weather outside. Gorgeous day. You wouldn't even know snow's coming. If you're driving, you see the ODOT signs with the winter weather visors, so that kind of gives it away. But we're at 38 degrees right now, just some high wispy clouds. Dew point sitting at 22, so we've got very dry air in place. I was outside today. I zapped the kids like 3 times. It's just very dry air. So your humidifier, if you have one inside, probably running overtime right now with that dry air in place. But look at temperatures still spread with the wind out of the north. We've got the cooling near the lakeshore. You get down towards Akron. It was a beautiful spring-like day. We were up near 50 degrees from Worcester to Akron back towards Carrollton. Again, calm weather this evening for all those evening plans. If you're partaking in Cleveland Restaurant Week, tonight's the night to do it. Notice how we start to cloud up, though. Temperatures fall back near freezing. And then 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, we start to sneak in maybe a little bit of mix, more than likely snow out of this initially as we go for that morning rush hour. So 2 things to be concerned with tomorrow. This isn't a blockbuster storm. It's not a huge winter storm. Yeah, we're going to get some snow at it, but the timing with it impacts that morning rush hour. It also impacts the evening rush hour, especially up towards the Cleveland area. So the timing with these systems tends to be one of the things that is cause for concern. So here's the moisture right now. There's plenty of it out towards the west. You've got the rain snow line going right through central Illinois. That trend will continue through Indiana and through Ohio. Where exactly does that rain change over to snow? We have a pretty good idea, but the latest model run, I'll show you here in a second, has shifted it a little bit further south again. Out ahead of it, winter weather advisories for all our northern counties. You can see the path of where that snow is going to go. This does include Akron, does not include the Canton area. You get up towards Cleveland, back towards Sandusky, out towards Ashtabula, going to be dealing with some winter weather conditions. This is pre-dawn tomorrow, carries us through the morning rush hour, then also that evening rush hour as well. So let's explain. National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecasts. We pause it at 1:30. Some snowflakes starting to show up out towards the west. Temperatures still above freezing. Notice as we go throughout the morning hours that snow overspreading the area from west to east. Again, there'll be a fine line where it changes over to rain and where it's just the big old gloppy wet snow to where it's just good old solid wet snow off towards the north. 6:30 a.m. This is the latest model run. We've got decent snow coming down. Snowfall rates could approach 1 inch an hour at times, so we could get some good bursts of some heavy wet snow out of this, especially initially as this system moves in. Not as much concern down to the south as we go throughout the morning. The latest model run brings that low pressure right here through Akron. The last couple model runs we've had have been up towards Cleveland, so that shifted that rain snow line. What's happened recently, though, it's back down to the south a little bit, so that keeps Cleveland in all snow for much of the day. Does that hold? That's the big question. But if we do get snow for much of the day, obviously our accumulations will go up a couple inches. If we get some of that rain mixing in like we're going to have down towards the south, accumulations are going to be squashed, right? As we go into the afternoon, low pressure pulls through. Here's your evening rush hour. We're now on the backside of this storm system. We're all cold. We've got cold air moving aloft. Look at temperatures back down to the 20s, so the snow will turn a little bit fluffier. And yeah, we're going to have some lake effect out of it. This, I think, could really add up out in the snow belt tomorrow night. That's where we'll have the impacts into Saturday morning before this all heads away. So snowfall forecasts, this is through tomorrow morning. Not a lot. If you're expecting to wake up and see a big winter storm outside, it's not going to happen. 1 to 3 inches by 10 o'clock tomorrow. But then we add some lake effect into it. You notice some of the totals approaching maybe 4 to 8 out east, maybe a secondary band back towards Lorain County. In terms of impacts, yep, we'll have some snow, reduced visibility, not too worried about wind. It will be a little gusty. But with that heavy wet snow, not expecting a lot of blowing snow around here. Beyond that, we talk another system in here on Sunday and yet another next week. In the next half hour, we'll highlight what these look like and what we can expect on the go forward. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecasts. We have the snow lingering on Saturday, mainly early. Sunday, we bring in more snow that mixes with maybe a little bit of rain down towards the south. And next week, we have a nice little bump Thursday, but yep, that's out ahead of another system. Very active pattern around here. Tomorrow's going to be one that we'll easily be able to get through, but a couple tricky times that we have to watch in there.
Yeah, every 6 hours we're getting more and more information in. Of course, Holly will have the very latest tomorrow morning starting at 4:30. It'll be critical to check in with her and Danny before you leave the house. Thanks so much,
She'll probably be
Matt.
up looking too, just so you know.
Yeah.
She'll be up.
She'll be looking. Thanks, Matt.